Ladies and gentlemen, MBs, welcome back to another reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to Detour by Kim Petras. What do I know about Kim Petras? Not a whole lot. I know she's been around for a minute. I know one of my buddies in real life have been trying to get me to listen to Kim Petras for a hot minute. I've known of her for a while, since Slut Pop, but I just never had the opportunity to really get into her. So that's what we're doing today. Full disclaimer for this reaction, I have heard Freak It, but I think out of this album, that's the only single that I have heard. I don't think I've heard any of these other songs. One thing to note, I believe that this album is produced or executive produced, or a good proportion of it is produced by Frost Children, who I am familiar with, which is another reason why I'm excited to get into to do this album. That was kind of like the perfect bridging the gap. You know, it's like I've known Frost Children. Kim Petras is now an artist that is being produced by Frost Children, so it's like now's the time, essentially. So as per usual, I'm gonna read the Genius real quick, just as a little bit of a album background, but then we're gonna kind of carry on and just listen to the music. Gonna be a little bit more production focused. I don't even know how lyrical this is gonna be, if it is gonna be at all, but maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised, but that's just how we typically do things, so just want to get that out of the way. But I have full creative control. Built out of frustration, chaos, and creative freedom, Detour marks Petras stepping away from the path she felt her label had designed for her, the perfect pop star, polished, commercial, and controlled. After years of delays, conflicting creative input, and industry limbo, Detour became a rebellion against the machine that tried to shape her. Petras receives producer credits for the first time on the project alongside collaborators Frost Children and executive producer Margot XS. I'm not familiar with who that is. After revealing she had heavily contributed to the production of her past work for years without proper recognition. She explained that she often created chords, sounds, and sonic ideas herself, but was denied credits by previous male collaborators and executives. Okay. So good to know just kind of the framing of the album and kind of where Kim is at as far as her career and kind of her mindset as well. I feel like we've had quite a few albums that we've reacted to on the channel of artists that have had kind of things, you know, something to prove. So kind of curious and excited. Again, not excited because of the circumstance, but excited because I feel like a lot of those albums have been really, really good. Unfortunately, I feel like some of the worst circumstances leads to some of the best art. So hopefully we get that here, at the very least, to trying to make a positive out of a bad situation. But while the album's rollout that followed was widely confusing, it came with a reason. Releasing the juxtaposing lead single Polo in late June 2025, Kim then followed the single with its second and third counterparts, Freak It and I Like Your Look. Okay, so that's good to know. Petras returned fully in control for next singles, Need for Speed and Jeep. Okay, so there's a lot of singles, good to know. But again, I've only heard Freak It, so not really gonna matter too much to me. The releases marked the beginning of a new chapter, one where she can finally put out music on her own timeline, fully guided by her own vision and artistic control. Okay, banger. Great framework. I'm excited just based off of that. I'm kind of predicting the sound just based off Frost Children and whatnot, but I'm excited for some kind of hard, abrasive, experimental beats, potentially very electro pop. Some of these like new early 2000s kind of revival sounds. I'm kind of anticipating that. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised with some other sounds. But as always, also, these videos are uploaded unedited on Patreon, so if you want to check that out, links will be down below, in addition to some other exclusive reactions, and all my other reactions will be unedited on there as well. So if you want to support, do that. Otherwise, I appreciate you being here. But let's get into track 1, Detour, Kim Petras, track 1, Detour. Okay, the crunchiest synth of all time. I'm predicting this is Frost Children. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, that was a cool intro. I wasn't expecting it to open up so much in the sound and like the stereo here. This is like way more EDM expecting also than from cool painting. Vocal setter. Get in or get lost. If you kiss me tonight. This is such a sick sound right here. Okay, now we're doing this like Euro dance synth styling thing. Now we got like a kind of like trap, like chorus groove. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I don't know if there's gonna be transitions. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like I did not say enough, so this video is probably gonna get copyright striked or whatnot. That just is what it is. Fortunately, Kim made this sound really, really interesting, and I had to listen. So I couldn't make any comments as I usually do in the middle of the song. Better for the listener, unfortunate for YouTube. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, right out the jump, from the styles that we've kind of switched from, and just Kim's delivery, and just the way this is packaged, this is quite the statement to start an album off with. I guess I'm here for Kim's ride. I don't exactly know where we're gonna kind of go from here, but this is like quite the impact of, hey, I'm here, I'm doing this, which I guess kind of falls in line with kind of the messaging you reread from the Genius. But I really love this like halftime chorus thing here too. Like it's so EDM, but then like we switch to some like earlier stylings too, to be expected with Frost Children production. But okay, let's get in track 2, DTLA. I don't know what that means. Hopefully she explains it, but I'm gonna run this back a couple seconds, and hopefully we'll get like a transition if there is one. Okay, never mind, just a little. Bro, we're on shuffle. That's so embarrassing. Okay. Track 2, DTLA. Okay. DTLA. Okay, I think there's another track called 101. Just to see your face, it's gonna get late. Oh, that was sick. The actual like bass tone. I don't even know if that was like a synth. Like it could have been like just a VST, you know, keyboard bass sound or something. But like that slap bass tone for that fill there. Oh my. And then we got this like vowel bass. Oh! That Drake song. Don't stop. Peek out with the fur, 'cause my neck is all eyes, and my low-rise jeans. Pull up to your high-rise. Nice. Ooh. Elevator, take it up to your floor. Is that also Kim? Oh my god, it almost sounded like someone else was singing there. I'm gonna run that back real quick. There's some like vinyl scratch thing going on here too in the background, mixed with like a siren. Ooh. Okay, hear that slight riser synth? I love this. This is so like 2008, like 2010, like this like detuned, tastefully auto-tune, like off-tune, auto-tune, like oh. Taking away all the like the crunch from like this synth. Dude, how many switch ups we're getting? Okay, halftime thing. Super vibey, ambient. Okay, we're getting a little melodic here. Okay. Mentioned Drake earlier. Now we're in that bag. Hit us with the melodies. Wow. Vocals there also. Okay, we're ending in this. Ooh. Okay, we kind of ended a little scary there, but okay, yeah, this is a banger. I don't really know what to say. I feel like this, unfortunately, might not be a very fruitful commentary reaction. I might just end up being, ooh, this song's a banger. Ooh, this one's a vibe. This one's got really cool production. Kim's vocals are really good, because that's what we got. So another banger, right from the jump. Makes sense, place this track too. But which one was I Like Your Look? This was the third single. So if these are album cuts, I'm excited for what a single could potentially sound like for Kim. Again, told you all about Freak It. So I know I am familiar with Freak It, but I'm excited to hear what I Like Your Look sounds like. I'm not that into AOTY, to be honest. That's fair. I think Kim, the way she's doing it here is like so, I don't know, there's like a line where like it becomes tacky, like if you're trying to sound like you're, I know Kim can sing, right? That's what I'm getting at. But she's absolutely utilizing it for like a stylistic effect. Same with like Charlie, she's kind of doing that. I know Charlie's kind of like the poster child for like this effect as far as like pop goes. Obviously she's not the only person doing it. It's just the first person that came up to mind. But I think it's just a cool effect. The reason why I do like it here is I feel like she's really leaning into like this late 2000s, early 2010s sort of thing. As far as the stylings go, I feel like that's just like lends to that. If she had like a really clean vocal, I don't think it would really mesh totally well, potentially. Maybe it would. I don't know. But I think it's for stylistic effect. I think it's cool. But anyways, let's get into track 3. I Like Your Look. Let's keep the ball rolling here. Biggest track also on here, mind you. Ooh. This is already like so nostalgic. This is some like Katy Perry, like okay, well, we're getting really melodic on this one. Ooh. Yeah, nice. I like that little synth fill thing. Ooh. Yeah, this is like so. Do I know this one? I don't know where I would have heard this, but like. I know she's like really locking down onto the styling, but like this, I definitely feel like I've heard this before. Maybe she's just really emulating the sound perfectly, but like the melody contour is super catchy. Wow, okay, this makes sense that this is like the most popular song on the album. Like if we're doing like, I feel like the 2010s was like the most like distilled pop period of all time, of like dabbling into like synths and whatnot. And I feel like people were getting like, the sound is like so iconic, whether you love it or hate it. Listen, there's some stylings from this time period that I definitely don't love like at all. But there's definitely something very like, once you hear it, you know that it's from this time period, right? But if we're going into like this very distilled pop formula, she's moving through the song, like instrument little intro thing. Already started the verse, 7 seconds in. Pre-chorus, 20 to 25 seconds in. 35 seconds already into the chorus. Beyond that, once this chorus ends, there's no like instrumental break or whatever. We're just right into verse 2. So like this is designed for pop appeal, and she knows that. So 1 second instrumental little thing there, and then we're right back into the song. Okay, a little bit of a vocal change here as far as the melody goes from verse 1 to verse 2. And his pre-chorus also has some little extra synth bits, I like that. Adding some variation for this second pass. This is like the most Porter Robinson synth line I've ever heard in my life. Probably also Frost Children, I'm assuming? Okay, and Margot XS. Okay, quick little bridge, and then we've already had 3 choruses and we're just barely at 2 minutes. Wait, hang on. Okay, there's like a little, the reason why I went back, there's like this like chant vocal. I was curious if it was going to happen again, but it's like your look, and then like, you'll hear. Look. It's like a gang vocal in the background there. Okay, instrumental outro. I was expecting her almost to even double that chorus for the final loop, but I'm cool with this little vocal chop thing. Okay, little vocal effect. Sounded like an Ableton texture, turning up the grain delay type thing. So definitely a Frost Children produced song if I've ever heard one. Yeah. Unfortunately, again, I've already kind of explained my bag of tricks at the beginning of, or at the end of the last song of my post-song commentary. I feel like for this album, a lot of my commentary is probably going to be done in the middle of the songs. So if you want to hear me talk about the song, just run this one back because banger, Kim sounds good, etc. Definitely checks out why this one has the most streams. Okay, let's keep rolling. Kim track 4, check it. Seems to be one of the lesser streamed ones. I know some of the tracks in the end half of the album kind of go down. That's just typically how it goes with albums, though. No shade to those songs. Sometimes we like to try to predict and figure out why some songs have less streams. Typically, the case is the less streamed ones deserve more streams. So hopefully this is the case for track 4. Check it. But let's get into it. Go, bam. Cool little chopped acoustic guitar bit here. Chord change. Oh, everything changed. Okay. Okay. Cool bass hit. The way it's like so centered, then it gets wide, and then it really moves throughout the stereo space here. The whistle. Oh, some like actual piano sounds. Wow, doing the octave. Okay, now we're doing the octave thing with the bass now too. Just kind of more crunchy bass synth tone. the yo. Okay, and we're done. Okay, that kind of answered my question. Cool track. Definitely felt a little bit more in the context of the album, more of like an album cuts, more of even, I would even argue interlude. Again, no discredit when I say interlude here. I feel like that sometimes has some connotation that's a you problem, I guess, for assuming that. But realistically, for looking at timestamps, it is the shortest song on the album, so that also kind of lends that as well. So Stream Detective determines that is because it is less time, quite literally, and that's kind of it. So that was Check It. I feel like I didn't really say a whole lot, but cool interlude track. I'm here for it. I think that would go fun live. I guess let's just keep rolling. Let's get into track 5, Polo, which this was actually the first single. Yeah, first single. Okay, which was released almost a year ago, or was a year ago at this point. So let's get into track 5, Polo. Whoa. The bees are making a crazy beat right now. This like granulated stomp. Let's go. You wanna get me up my polo shirt? You wanna get me up my polo shirt? You wanna get me up my polo shirt? Some like industrial. This 808 thing underneath. Whoa, this is crazy. Okay, I had to pause it for a second just to rekindle my senses here, because what an onslaught that was. Holy moly. Okay, I'm gonna run this back a couple bars just to re-pick up here, I guess. What a crazy synth song. It's like so harmonic, and then we just have like this it's taking up so much sub mix space right now. Like if I heard this in a car, like I think my car would explode. Ooh, this like orchestra hit now. In it? Okay. Oh, okay. This is crazy, man. I don't even know. Wait. Now we got like a steel drum? Bro, we're using every sound and instrument we could possibly use. The steel drum with the snare roll with the orchestra hit, like, oh. You want it so bad. Okay, now we're just truly into like a true breakdown here. Okay, instantly going to the producer list. Noted that was not Frost Children. Then who was this? Just mostly Margot XS? Okay, obviously Kim's on here too. Night Feelings, studio producer. Interesting. Okay, Margot XS, Night Feelings, and Kim. Okay, crazy. Okay, they all popped off on this. This is crazy. This has to be like a song that you make in like one session. You can't like overthink any element of this. Like everything is so meticulously designed, but like this is like taking your paintbrush and just like going crazy, and just you have a masterpiece. Like again, this isn't even like shade. This is like truly just taking your paintbrush and just like splattering it at the canvas, because like we're tapping into so many different instruments and sounds and tempos, and like okay, that was crazy. Also crazy to note that was the first single. What an introduction into post label life and all that, which again I think kind of goes with the mentality behind this album thus far, that at least the impression that I've gotten is making an impression. So she made the music the label wanted in the day and made this with Margot after. She made this after a label meeting. Okay, checks out. I would absolutely believe it. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get into track 6, Brutalist. We're about almost halfway, but let's get into track 6, Brutalist. I don't even know how one picks up from that, but ooh, some Baba O'Reilly, the Who-ass synth there. Ooh. Wow, this is so punchy. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Vocoder. And it was beautiful. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm hearing the laser drum come in. Okay, here's some little synth sprinkles with her vocal melody here, and a little bit of harmony. Wow, this is like the most stripped back of an arrangement we've gotten thus far.
They tore it down. It's not there no more. They really ruined it.
Okay, something I will say. This could be a pro or a con depending on, I guess, who you are as far as the production goes. I feel like this song felt kind of in the similar bag throughout the whole song. I mean, listen, when you've been primed the last 5 songs expecting these crazy switch ups, this really didn't do that at all. But as the pro to that, the follow-up, this song really had me focus more so on her lyrics, which I can appreciate. One, because I think it absolutely has more so of a message that earns or deserves more listening to. But I think really obviously important song for Kim, her audience, just for her experience in general. I think a lot of people can relate to it, certainly. But yeah, this was kind of a little bit of a change of pace. I think for the most part of this album, admittedly, I haven't really listened too much on the lyrical content. I feel like it's been just, super abrasive, kind of in my face. But this was a nice kind of pull things back, and as a result, pulling things back kind of allowed me to kind of lean in a little bit more and hear a little bit more from Kim. So I can appreciate that. At the very least, I think this also shows artistic range too, which is I think a very important thing to listen out for. So, okay, we're just at the halfway point. We got another single, Need for Speed. Seems to be one of the other bigger stream tracks on this album. Let's get into it. Track 7, Need for Speed. Okay. Nice. And this is another one where I feel like the melody line I have heard before, maybe. Hey! I don't know where I would have heard this, but I do think I have heard this also with the dun 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 dun. Like, that's such a... If I haven't heard it, it's really catchy, but At the very least, me not remembering if I heard it, and now re-listening to this line, like, it's easily identifiable. Cool vocal chop. Very also like 2010s vocal chop, like synth line sort of thing. Using like the vocal chop as like a synth line for like a post chorus or even like a bridge type thing. Cool. Ooh, panning. I'm a pop star. I need the speed, keep that shit on top of me. Okay, already got it. Following like the chord, like the bass note. Actually, it's not really following the bass note, but it's following the chord progression. Ooh. Okay, another halftime switch up. With a crazy bass tone. Okay, now we're gonna switch it back, or are we gonna still keep it in this halftime thing? Okay. That could have been cool, doing this vocal part with it being the halftime. Someone edit that. Okay, this. Okay, this was another Frost Children one. Interesting to note as well. Just always kind of trying to listen out for that. Interesting. I'm not familiar with Night Feelings either. Night Feelings seems to also be on this one too. In any case, they cooked. They cooked on that one. Don't really got a whole lot to say about this one. This one felt, again, very, very single-ish. Duh, because it was a single. Makes sense again. That is kind of the, one of the most streamed songs of the album. Prepackaged pretty nicely. No crazy form, no crazy sounds. So as a result, I'm expecting this next song, Jeep, to maybe provide that. But it's my understanding that it looks like this was also another single too. So let's keep rolling. Let's get into track 8, Jeep. Yeah, let's hear another single. Car skirt, Need for Speeding in the Jeep. 2 car things looking back to back. That was the most Serum 2 synth I've ever heard in my life. Non-derogatory, it sounded awesome. Yeah, my mind's been racing about a couple of things. Driving down all the bars. Okay. Whoa. And you look so pretty when you talk to me. Like cool stopping drum fill there. Both like the glitch. Reverse guitar thing. Your mama thinks I'm bad for you. Your friends all think you're bad for me. And if I have enough, I can't tell if these are actually like recorded or performed guitars, or if these are done through like a VST or like a plugin or something too. The tone sounds really real, but honestly, it can kind of go either way. I feel like they make really convincing plugins now. But again, it could also just be like a real guitar that's just like chopped up, because like there's like really hard abrupt stops here with the way it's kind of chugging, which again could just be just edited, stylized like that, but it could also be electronic guitar. So unsure about that, but like listen, especially here. Your mama thinks I'm bad for you. Your friends all think you're bad for me. And if I have another drink, like no delay or reverb or anything, just a total. Well, we've been down this road before, and we both know where it leads, 'cause we got hit. Like the little vibrato there. Okay, that's kind of a bar. Fuck. We got history and history repeats. Okay. This has to be also Frost Children, right? No. Wow. Wow. Okay, I was expecting just because of that synth. I know they like to use Serum, so I was expecting that. Okay, so we got some other Eric Cross and Aaron Main. So it's not, okay. So I was expecting Frost Children to have more of a focus. Obviously, it seems like they have been in a lot of songs, but I was expecting them to be in like the overwhelming majority. So, okay, I'm gonna just try to pull that out of my mind a little bit. But Eric, Nick, and Aaron and Kim are popping off right now.
Pick you up in a beat up G. You're the one my dad's been driving
Like even like these guitar passages, like dun, 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 it sounds like they like took one section and just like duplicated it. Like those don't sound like organically going do 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 do. It sounds like someone went one take, do do, copy, paste. So it has like that kind of like glitchy effect. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe I'm just not doing a good job describing, I probably sound crazy, but hopefully you can extrapolate what I'm trying to say here. But like, listen.
My dad's been driving since the 70s. I was already up, I just couldn't sleep. Yeah, my mind's been driving down to the bar, order up some.
Which would make sense that they'd be like stuttering the guitar too if they're doing that with their vocals and all that too, and the drums. I love that this is like more of like a slower, you know, guitar singer-songwriter type song, but it's got this still kind of similar production from the last couple tracks. Really cool way to emulate the sound, or to have your own take on the sound.
Listen to techno, listen to Eminem, listen to Slipknot, sex in the parking lot, gas station. Maybe you can buy a new shirt there too. Go totally incognito, yeah. Go to the Middle America shit, do some Middle American shit or some shit.
We got some different instruments doing some harmony here.
Drink some Four Locos, drink some Long Island iced tea, drink some Monster, the white one.
Okay, building.
Kicking that can
No spoilers. Okay, I'm gonna run that back. Trust. Felt like there was maybe a transition or something, but okay. Going back into kind of same, not subject matter wise, but tone and vibe. Same back as Brutalist, I would say, is kind of touching a little bit more on like singer-songwriter vibes, but with these 2010 callback production stylings, with these super duper punchy and abrasive drums, super duper short cutoffs, with these chopped up guitars too. It's like we have all the elements of like a singer-songwriter cut, but it's super duper glitchy, and again, I think that's really, really characteristic of Kim, and I think it's a really cool way to make it her own, and a really cool spin on that sort of styling. But like that as well. I'm glad that we got a little bit more of, again, what we kind of got somewhat in Brutalist, just to know Kim's range. Again, harping back on the range, that was another great kind of track to dabble into that again. So, all right. I'm going to run this back a couple bars so we can hear this transition, because it sounded like there was something. Well, let's get into track 101.
Hands up, bitches, this a robbery. Yeah, pump it
Okay.
loud and make the speakers bleed. Go through
I'm turning this up a little bit.
like it came for free. Yeah, don't act like you wasn't watching.
Whoa, the synth is...
Love my image, love
Oh.
my image. Take notes, my image, so delicious. Lick right, my image, can't buy my image. Like, damn, I did it.
Okay. What a crazy synth sound. Me at the dentist type beat. Okay. Whoa. Had the spin back? Okay, I know she's doing like the spinning the turntable, but like I'm gonna do it this whole section. Hello? Oh my god, that's so hard. This tone run is so interesting. The bass is doing like one note. Okay. Now I guess we're just back to that first section. Just can't buy my image. Damn. Now we're getting melodic. Goosebumps. And now we're doing some like mid-tempo like type thing. Ooh. Dude, I just got like full back shivers. Holy shit. Rez who? This sounds some like Rez shit. This is crazy. Holy shit, that was a crazy drop for the outro. Wow. The way the first note is on the same lead in to Internet Girl. Haven't you heard? Forgive me. Anyways, song's a banger. That song was absurd. Okay, Frost Children. Yeah, they cooked. They absolutely cooked on this shit. Let's keep rolling. Crazy track. 101 was a banger track. Definitely a standout. That outro was absurd. The tempo change and everything is everything. Okay, basketball. Okay, interesting. We got a little bit of a stretch of some lesser stream songs. Stream Detective Time. Let's pull out our Finding Glass and all that. Seems to be a little bit some quicker songs. Also not singles. Also, etc. So let's get track 10. Basketball. That's a basketball. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Crazy snare.
Darling, I just hate to play these stupid games with you. Going back and forth up on the court is what we do. I just don't want you thinking I'm playing.
This synth is like so. I could hear like Ariana over like this like synth bell thing on top. Baby, now you got my height. Baby, can we, baby, can we, baby, can we, baby, can we ball, ball. Baby, can we, oh my god, this bass is crazy.
baby, can we ball, ball. Darling, I don't wanna love to go and fade away. Going back and forth, twos and threes is all we play. Play until we die, until we going overtime. Playing for your heart and
wow.
and you'll always be mine. Yeah.
Wow, this I'm okay. Sorry, I didn't really say anything for a minute there. I was just really locked into the sparkly top end. It's so crazy. Like the reverb on it, like the reverb tail is so long. Like you can hear like the resonance, like the overtones that like in the right ear. Like you can hear it linger for a little bit. so spacey with how tight everything else is. Really creating this interesting atmosphere. Oh, wow, we went up on that octave there. It was like screeching, but... Sure. Basketball groove.
Baby, you know you got my heart. Baby, can we, baby, can we, baby, can we, baby, can we ball.
Once the NBA season starts up again next year, I'm gonna be shipping players with this song. Ooh.
Love is like a basketball game. Baby, this love is like a basketball game.
Okay, let's put on the detective hat once more. Why is this one less streamed? Well, for one, totally unique sound from the rest of the album. I'm gonna go out just outright and say that this is like a more true like R&B cut. Like what the heck? Like this is so different from everything else. But I'm absolutely here for it. But something also, I know I mentioned about the kind of how long these songs were. This song needed to be longer, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like, this could have been like 3.5 minutes or something. Who did the production on Sophie? That's crazy. Okay, that makes sense with this synth line and how catchy and poppy that is. That is like talking about the most distilled pop sounds imaginable. I mean, that was that. That was like the most pop R&B thing of all time. Yeah, I think the song could have been longer. I think that could have been, I mean, they could have tacked on a whole other minute. They could have done a bridge and even done like another chorus pass, and I'd be here for it. But banger. Don't get me wrong. Still a banger. Still a banger. I'm absolutely here for it. But dang, I just wish they, did more with it. But I'm still happy with what they did. So, alas. Let's keep rolling. Let's get track 11, Bitch Ball Out. Still keeping on the basketball theme. We've gone from car theme to now going into basketball theme. But let's get into track 11, Ball Out. Sure.
From the penthouse to the underground. Let me show you what it's all about. I got it going on.
Ooh.
Let me show you how a bitch ball out. I did it on my own.
Oh, this reminds me of some song.
Let me show you how a bitch ball out.
Whoa!
Let me show you how a bitch ball out. Bitch ball out. Bitch ball out. Let me show you how a bitch ball out. Bitches know I got the range, no doubt.
Yo, this like 16 note bass thing is crazy. And then leading into like this 16th note bass hit thing.
Let me show you how a bitch ball out. Bitches know I got the range, no doubt. Had to match it so we both black out. Bitch ball out. Bitch ball out.
Okay.
Let me show you how a bitch ball out. Bitch ball out. Bitch ball out.
Going crazy on that clap. Sure, let's get melodic. Why not? Ooh. Wait, I gotta run. You're doing this on the soundboard right now. The cop car sound.
Let me show you how a bitch ball out.
Ooh. Long reverb tail with like the MP3 effect with the vocal fading out. Very, very Jane Remover. Very lossy plugin. Okay, another banger, but another one that was like a minute, 2 minutes, even like too short. That had some crazy production, but to only be barely like 2 minutes long is actually kind of criminal. So I don't know. Maybe the opportunity here for remixing. Maybe that's why there's why it's like a minute short. Maybe leaving the floor open for I don't know. But DJs do their thing, or do your thing. You know, let's get some crazy cut. Let's throw some verses on here. I think that has some crazy potential. But all right, we're in the final stretch here. We got 2 more tracks to go. Let's get into track 12, Korea. Another fairly short one, and then Freak It. So. I really like this like on beat like drum machine kick or like. Okay. Kind of doing that Losty thing again. I don't know. I'm okay. I haven't really said too much. I'm really focused on. There's something about the way her vocal is processed here, especially when she kind of hits this higher note. For some reason, I mean, obviously she's hit some crazy high notes throughout this whole album, but on this song, I don't know, it's not meshing with my ear very well, especially with this baby like or no, hang on. Though I don't know, the way they process it, there's something, I don't know. Let's keep listening, but there's something that's not agreeing with my ear totally. Okay, I like this little synth harp thing. I don't also totally know what the Korea exactly. Okay, sure, switch up. Okay, I'm gonna pause because I know Freak It just drops in. I'm a little different on this one. Guy who likes the whole album but kind of is indifferent on one song, therefore he hates the whole album moment. I don't know. This one, I think, for as far as the slow tracks go, I really like the sonics behind this one, but for some reason, again, just mostly the way her vocals are processed. Again, it's nothing even to do with her vocal performance or like her range, because we've heard her range in other songs and they sound fantastic, but for some reason it's not really doing anything for me in this one. Just be completely blunt. Maybe there's some sort of background that I'm just missing about the song. Again, I mentioned, you know, the Korea portion. I don't totally know what that means. Maybe there's some reason, but at first listen, without looking at the genius and all that, I'm a shrug. But I won't let that take away from the rest of the album. So, and again, I wouldn't even say that's, you know, bad or anything. It's just, I'll listen to it if I listen to the album, but probably wouldn't listen to it in my free time. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's wrap this up. Fortunately, unfortunately, I have heard Freak It for the last time. I will mention that. So it's just going to be kind of a vibe out. But at the very least, I haven't really listened to it with headphones on. I feel like I'm always listening to it in my car or with like friends or whatever. So maybe there'll be some sort of cool production bits that I'll kind of try to listen out for. But let's wrap this up. Track 13, Freak It, Detour, ba-bam. What a crazy... okay, if there's one thing I will say about the last song is it was like the last opportunity to kind of like slow things down, because like how do you end a song with like with a song like Freak It, and you know there's no good way to like adjust the tone, so it's like you might as well slow things down because we're gonna bring it up to 110 for the last song anyways. So all right, I'm just gonna run this back from the beginning. Freak it with stilettos on. Freak it. Freak it in your favorite thong. Every element of this bass to that to the lower portion of the bass, these little synth, freak it 'cause you got no job. Freak it. Like the little pitch bend things, everything sounds incredible right now. incredible. Dun, 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 dun. This damn piano. Like, just dropping right into that. Gotta give props to this line while we're on it. Everyone's always playing it like Nintendo these days. No one's ever playing it like a PlayStation. I feel like you never hear PlayStation reference in song lyrics. So, shouts out PlayStation. Okay. These are like the most 2010 stabs of all time. Pitch bend. Now doing like a complex row thing here. Shout out Porter Robinson again. Dude, what is this bass? Like, and even like the effect on her voice here gets so distorted. Like, there's like some chorus or something on it. I don't even know what effect that is. Freak it. Okay, Detour, Kim Petras. I'm happy I did this one. This was something I kind of knew, again, mentioned from the beginning, knowing of Kim. This was kind of one I would kind of argue in the same vein as Jade, where it's like, this was kind of one that was kind of, I would say for like a rainy day. And today was kind of that day, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So maybe I should start making these rainy day albums be my primary focus. Yeah, what an Oops All Bangers album. That being said, again, I do think that we had some more, a little bit of some range cuts as far as the album cuts go with Brutalist and Jeep. Some different tone variations, with some acoustic guitars. But realistically, again, we have the overwhelming theming as far as production goes of being in that late 2000s, early 2010s of, if we have an acoustic guitar, we're not just going to play the acoustic guitar, right? We're going to chop it up. The bass are going to be as crunchy as possible. We're going to do modern tricks tied in with old stylings. And I think that's the other thing, like the most important thing as far as dabbling in these other time period sounds, right? It's one thing to totally be like a ripoff. Obviously, there's a lot of inspiration taken from those sounds, right? Cannot deny that at all. But a whole lot of new modern production techniques as well, new synths. So even if we're using, the same music theory, same sort of inspiration, it's always going to sound a little bit different. And obviously with Kim's contributions as well, I can confidently say that she's kind of made it her own as well. So banger album, really pleasantly surprised. I guess not surprised, but again, I knew Freak It was a banger, so I was kind of anticipating this, for the whole album. Kind of got that, but I'm glad I listened to it. So yeah, I guess that's Detour, Kim Petras. I guess let me know if there's anything else by Kim Petras or anyone else, I suppose, similar. I'm all ears for reaction suggestions, so I guess let me know or don't. In addition, if you want to support, this video will be unedited on Patreon. Once again, links down below. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Bye.